Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Illusion of Gaia. In the last part we got here to the pyramid, doing most of it in the progress. And now we're gonna continue on and finish this place. Thank the Sun God Ra, I guess. Wasn't that a plot point in the first Stargate movie or something? Don't even remember, I wasn't a big fan of Stargate, honestly. Star Wars and Trek, on the other hand, yes. And like the last part, until stuff happens later on, I don't really have much to say, so might as well talk about the games I've been playing recently. On my 3DS, I actually recently just picked up Conception 2 from Atlas. And all I can say about it is, what the hell am I playing? Ugh. It's weird, to say the least. I've also been playing a lot of Bravely Default recently. Mind you, I've had that game since like a week after its release, but I'm only in the second world still. Well, only just gotten to the second world still because I played it for like 30 hours non-stop, and then took a break. I'm one of those people that if, unless I'm recording it or if it's like a game I know I can beat in one straight sitting, I'll pick a game up, play for a few hours, then put it down for like 6 months. And then after that 6 months, I'll pick the game up, and that's all I'll do for like a week. It's pretty much been me with this and recording this game, because this is one of the longer games in terms of how long it's taken to record. Not as long as Mega Man Legends, though! Actually, I wonder if that'll be finished by the time this gets uploaded, because we might hit 80 subscribers by the point this gets uploaded. I hope we do, because that would be amazing. Oh, and also, I'll admit, on my first playthrough, it was at this point that I learned the Psycho Spin actually does damage, because I couldn't get past these guys otherwise, and it's kind of how you have to kill them. Really, when it comes to playing as well in these sections, Psycho Slide and Dash are your best options. And Spin occasionally, well, you're gonna need Spin for a certain area later on, but Like, you obviously need Spin a lot, but, you know, you guys know what I mean. It's pretty much, you're gonna need it, otherwise you are probably going to die. What's another game I've been playing a lot of recently? I'm looking around my room to see if I can see what I've been playing. Oh, Dirge of Cerberus, that's right. Oh boy, Final Fantasy VII Dirge of Cerberus. That is, I like it as a game, though the story's kind of, Anyway, finally, some prop progression. We got the lithograph from this place. This one goes in the first slot, so let's go and put that in there, shall we? Oh, I also picked back up Luigi's Mansion for the first time in a couple of years. That was still a surprisingly good visit. Still shorter than I remember, though. That game gets shorter every time I play it for some reason. Anyway, time for door number 4, which I think is the hardest door out of all of them. Why? Well, we'll find out around the 6-7 minute mark. If I recall correctly, I'm looking at the timeline. Yeah, around the 6 or 7 minute mark. Oh, and also, actually, no, wait, never mind. I'm thinking of the next door. They really like to spam laser eyes in this room, by the way, and it gets annoying because, I think getting hit by it, getting hit by the, laser eyes actually interrupts, like, psycho charges. So, yeah. Anyway, did we have Mummy's last part? I think we did. Yeah, we did, because I went into a whole tangent about, Castlevania. One thing I learned about them, while recording this, actually, for the first time, is, the mummy spirits themselves do not count as enemies. If you kill the mummy, that's it. The enemy's technically dead. The spirit's there as kind of like an after attack. It's almost like it's a spirit or something. What else have I been playing? Oh, that's right, I recently re-picked up Banjo-Kazooie for some reason. I don't know why I wanted to go back to that, but I did, and I still love Kazooie. It's weird, actually. A lot of people have loved Banjo-Kazooie because of their childhood playing it. Heck, some people even prefer Tooie because of that. But for me, Banjo-Kazooie, I only played about 2 years ago, and I gotta say, that game has aged well. Well, aside from the fact that when you die you lose all your notes, Click Clockwood, I hate you for that. 97 notes and fell from the top of the tree. Yeah. There's really not that much to talk about. That's the one kind of bad thing about the pyramid, is that, while it's actually surprisingly fun to play, it's long enough to the point where you can run out of commentary really easily. Is this the room? Yes, this is the room. Welcome to my least favorite room in the game, ladies and gentlemen. Those who have played the game and know this area probably know why I hate it. And laser eyes are only a part of it, actually. Well then, that was a little lull of no commentary. Sorry about that. I kind of got distracted for a second there, so I had to edit some sound out for me. Anyway, here's... Well, actually, no. I think the section I'm talking about is actually the next room. But these crushers are my least favorite part of the game. Not these ones in particular, the next set we run into, but, yeah. I hate these things. It's also at this point that these guys start to become really annoying because they're interrupting my psycho charges. And also, if you get caught beneath one of the crushers, it's actually not instant kill, it just does 1 point of damage, but you get stun locked. So you can get multiple hits on... So it can... the crushers can get multiple hits on you and kill you easily. Though if you're in Psycho Spin, you have invincibility frames. And we're coming down here just to get a red jewel. I think this is the last one of the area. Is it? I can't remember. It's either it's either the last or the second to last. I know I've gotten all the red gems in the game, essentially. And red jewel. I'm gonna use an herb because I don't like being this low on HP. Okay, here's my least favorite section of the game. This large crusher sequence. It's not that you have to duck and weave, it's just the fact that there's enemies that you cannot get to multiple times if you don't... well, actually... You have to use the Psycho Spin to get back to multiple times. Like a couple of invincible bird heads directly to my right who are also getting in my way. You will probably lose a life here or two here on your first playthrough. Just purely because of the enemies that can hit you under the crushers and the crushers themselves. In fact, this was actually the second time I actually had to record the episode itself. Because I... died here like 6 times, and I wasn't wanting to edit out all that footage. Just gonna use that for safety. Well, I find it kind of odd, because, even though you're frozen in time when an ability increase shows up, the walls themselves aren't, which is kind of odd. I think they're the only thing that doesn't get frozen by that. Anyway, here's the lithograph. Being in the 4th room, it goes in the 4th slot. It's also the second to last one. In fact, for the 6th room, you can actually use anyone you want to. You can use Will, although I don't know why you would want to. You can use Shadow if you want to. In fact, for newcomers, I recommend Shadow, just because you might be so used to him by this point. But Frieden is my personal favorite choice for this, because his upgraded Dark Friar still does the most damage out of everything. Plus, we need to show him some love, because this might be the last time we're actually seeing the guy. Yeah, it is, actually. Well, bye, Frieden. Oh, and this area is kind of has a bit of a dick move in it. You might notice that the mummies are now coming out of little holes in the wall, like you would see in the stereotypical thing. Notice how we have a dead end here. There are stairs in some of them. That tripped me up for so long my first playthrough. that I grew to hate it. And I accidentally skipped over a chest there. I guess I was going for the enemies first. And at the end of all this, all we have is a couple of bird heads. In fact, I think only one bird head. I think that's the entire purpose of this room. Yeah, it is actually. Huh. It's kind of odd. Oh, Enix Jr. Somewhat odd design choices back in the 90s. Though Dragon Quest V was amazing. I'm not going to complain about that. And I think by killing this guy, yep, we get the last HP increase in the game. 40 health points is ours. In fact, I think that's actually the second to last stat boost in total. If I recall correctly. Also, what's weird about the mummy spirits is that if they hit you, I think they actually disappear. I'm not sure if that actually does anything, like if you absorb them and you get some sort of negative stat effect, but it happens, so I'm not sure what it is. Maybe it's a suicide attack? Then again, I've only been playing this game for around a year now, I would say. So, you people who have been playing this game since they were kids probably know more about it than I do. Anyway, down here's where the hieroglyph is, but we don't want to go over here yet, because we're actually missing 2 enemies. Which are just down that staircase right there. What hit me there? Seriously. Did you guys see what hit me? I didn't. Maybe it was a rogue mummy spirit that was just in the middle of disappearing. And apparently there were too many T's, man. Too many T's. 2 tomb guardians on top of each other there, which is kind of odd. And it's time for the 6th hieroglyph. Obviously, since there's only 1 slot left, it'll go in the 6th slot back in that room there. So, let's go bring that there, shall we? What the? Walk to the left without a sound. That's threatening. There, that's good. Don't move. Who in the hell are you? I know the whole story of your adventure. I heard about an ancient biotechnology using a comet's light. That's terrible grammar! I didn't know it was you. With the power to change body shape, you could get anything. People would bow at your feet. It's only natural that King Edward would trick you into this. My father? Yes, after all, that's the way kings are. He would do anything to get the power! He might even be more evil than a mercenary like me. Stop it! Either way, if I make money, it's fine. Come with me to Edward Castle. What the? And we're being told to play the flute. Yep, we're gonna use Lola's melody again for the first time since, like, part 2. Anyway, you might be wondering who this jackal guy is. Well, you remember back in the beginning of the game when our grandparents' house got ransacked? Yep, they decided to bring that up now! Right before the end of the game, to resolve that plot point from part 1. Or was that part 2? Either way, really early in the game. Ugh, this game's storyline, seriously. Ugh. I don't know, I don't see what a melody's gonna do. I mean, it's just music. It's not like it's gonna smite him from the heavens or something, right, guys? I mean, what's it gonna do? Oh my god. Holy... Jesus! Nintendo of America, how did you let this get past here? Or get past you, more accurately. I mean, you guys are all about censorship. Why did you let a guy get burned alive gruesomely? Though, admittedly, this is actually one of my favorite parts of the game, just because the game has balls to kill someone off on screen like that. Plus, the fire looks cool. Well, ironically cool. So yeah, that plot point from part 2 has now been resolved very anticlimactically, actually. Like I've said multiple times, as fun as this game is, its story is just... ugh. Anyway, let's place that 6th hieroglyph into its slot and progress onwards. We're just going to ignore the dead body burning there. And there was a sound from the entrance, and what is it? A portal that leads to the boss, right there. However, I recommend turning into Shadow for this section because he just will do more damage against the boss. Because against bosses, Shadow does do 3 damage, whereas Freedom will always only do 2, so Shadow's just the best choice. And the boss of this dungeon is the Pyramid Queen. She's interesting. First off, she floats around the arena, and when you hit her, she'll split up into about 8 or 9 different mummy ghosts that you actually cannot kill. Early on in the fight, they'll just have that random move, they'll split up in a circle, and then they'll just home in on you. And as long as you know the right way to dodge, it's really easy. The queen herself does have a couple attacks, like I know she has a laser ball attack, but honestly, I never really give her much of a chance to attack. She's a really easy boss. Later up in the fight, she will change up her little, getting hit attack thing where she splits up into ghosts, but, yeah. In fact, I will say right now, that energy ball there is, as far as I'm aware, one of her only attacks that I know that she has, at least. And it's the first time I've seen her use it. In all my previous runs at this point, she's never gone to attack aside from this. In fact, I think it's when she does this that she's at her most deadly. Anyway, here's where she changes up things a bit. This tactic is rather simple. Instead of splitting it, well, first off, her ghosts still split up into a circle. However, this tack, I think there's a time limit on it, but you can speed it up, because if you look carefully at how the ghosts are flickering, you can see that one doesn't flicker nearly as much as the others, and if you hit that one, she'll revert back to her full body, like that. This attack can either be really annoying or really easy, depending on how good you are at aiming. And the ghosts do travel around the arena in a circle. Overall, not that hard of a boss, and as you've seen me do plenty of times, there's little puddles on the left and right of the arenas that allow you to teleport to the higher layer, which is really good for avoiding attacks. Oh, come on! I will say this boss fight can be really drawn out at times, especially if you're playing as Frieden or Will for some reason. Don't know why you would fight as Will for a boss fight, but if you do, it's gonna take a while. And from defeating her, we get the 5th Mystic Statue, which is actually the last one we get from a main dungeon. The 6th one we get from plot, probably next part, actually. Oh my god, he's actually a skeleton! I never noticed that before! Poor Jackal. Well, quote-unquote poor Jackal. And the flute's talking to us for the first time since the prison. And apparently it's our father who wants us to bring the Mystic Statues to the Tower of Babel. We're actually pretty much at the end of the game. And apparently, since Neil is in the desert town, his purpose is actually to fly us to the Tower of Babel. Which we're going to be doing next part. You can talk to him now if you want to, but if you want to give any jewels to Gem, which by now he should have 49, you should be good. But with that, I'm going to need to end this off here. Thank you guys for watching. Rate, comment, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. And next time on Let's Play Illusion of Gaia, we're heading on to the real final dungeon. See you guys then.